Hello. Welcome, everyone. I am back. Welcome to the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast. We are not only am I back from my little illness stint, but we here at the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast is back in 2022. It's been a whole month since we were here. It is I, Sol, along with my wonderful co-host, Big Potato.
And yes, I'm filling in for Death Violet, who is the normal co-host of this. So
very true. And we thank you very much for continuing to do so. Hello, Harley. Welcome in, Shani. The Battle Hamster, our guest tonight, is here. Mid, how you doing, Mid? And Mozza. Oi. Along with Jack, he isn't far behind. I hope everyone's well. Hey!
Oh, I'm
going crazy! It's the battle, hamster. I'm not doing the whole thing for time relevance. But yes, thank you very much for the resub. You know, the resub hit me right there where it hurts, so I'm not talking the groin. Thank you so much, Battle Hamster. I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for joining us here, back for the podcast.
Why don't you like me?
Thank you very much for the host there, Ray.
Vivian, I'm being serious. Come on. You're a complete bastard, Will.
They don't know you exist yet.
Difficult to believe.
Hey there, I've had work. Yes, I know that was Shani. Yes, unfortunately. You'll see two of my favourite people, my lovely wife as well. Well, thank you very much, Shani, for staying in. Mate, perhaps you're going to hit me up with your phone if we're still on while you're at work, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you for hanging around for as long as you can. Did I just headbutt my mic? Maybe I did. I did reposition it recently. So, yeah. So it's been a month since we were last on with the Sun-Dried Bunnies podcast. The last time we were here was with actually Shani Benani. Do you remember that, Potato? That's quite crazy because we got a face reveal from that. The exclusive. That was amazing. But since then, we've had Christmas, we've had New Year. Potato, how have you been? How has your month been? How has your New Year been?
I cannot believe that it's almost the end of January already.
That's pretty true. Oh, Meatloaf with the resub. Whoa, look at that, the 10 months. That's crazy to think we're coming up to my 1 year anniversary here. People are going to be edging closer and closer to that. Meatloaf, you are a blessing. Rest in peace, the real Meatloaf. But he will forever live on in our hearts through a Scottish git known as Scottish Meatloaf. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for the resub. You know, it gets me right there. I'll do anything for you, Meatloaf, but I won't do that. And you keep asking for it, so please stop. But yes, it is near the end of January already. That's just crazy. I've had one of the best Christmases I've ever had. Is that what you say? Christmases? Christmas-eye?
I think it's Christmases. But you can say Christmas-eye if you want.
Christmas-eye. We're going to call Christmas-eye. It says on CSI as well. It was another though. Not that I know about. But no, the generosity has been amazing. I don't celebrate it. It always used to be something that I just like, it just happened. I get annoyed a bit because I worked in retail and, you know, it's very annoying. And then sort of everyone was very loving and giving. And I'm surrounded by all this merriment. And I'm like, okay. You want to direct this to me? What? So thank you very much, Jack. So yeah, that was a bit odd, but then the New Year's been shit. So, so yeah, like it comes and goes, like yin and yang.
Yeah, it's always going to be good and bad.
Oh, unbelievable! It's been like a roller coaster the New Year. Like anyone who don't know, I haven't been live for the last couple of days because I've been very ill. I don't get ill. So I'm very annoyed that I got ill. And so I'm back, and I'm not 100%, but I'm as close to, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. And are you ready to do this, Potato?
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah. Because not only have we got the Sun-Dried Bunnies podcast right now, but coming up a little bit later, we've got the Potato Sack.
I'm here,
and,
well.
oh, we get a raid!
As the bishop said to the netball team.
Come on, chums, it's Panda coming in with a raid.
Panda!
Yes. Shani tags out, and in comes another horseman. How you doing, Panda? Welcome in. Hey, there you are, Meatloaf. But you coming in to scout that raid, well, yeah, that's what you were doing earlier. Thank you so much, Panda. I appreciate you, mate. Welcome in. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Is it holding? It's holding a pair of a pair of knickers. What the hell's that? That's
I love that emote so much.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Welcome in, hope you're well. Welcome into the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast. Alright, okay. Alright, so you're doing well. It's the start of a new year. We've got a load of guests lined up for the podcast. This year we're going to have some great guests. We've got some great new shows. We already started a few. Anyone who loved The Vault last week, I think that was a bit of a winner. Bass was fantastic. We've already got guests lined up for that one. It's going to be great. Thank you for the shout out there for Panda. Definitely deserves it. Ray, it's good to give something up from thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, hey, Westy.
I don't know why nothing showed up for that. I don't know what that means. I think I was going to say, I don't know. I think you've just carried on. Thank you very much. There's no notification because that's a weird thing that happens on Twitch, but you have started a hype train, so thank you very much for that. Hello, Westy. Welcome in. Yes, I'm recovering. I'm doing well. Choo choo all the way. And I tell you what, as you're being so, it's not fair to keep you so quiet. As I'm now on the road to recovery, Potato's doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we're here is because our guests this evening on the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast, as always, we like to highlight amazing streamers, and this one has been amazing for as long as I've been here on the platform, and I think they're going to continue to do so. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome mine and Potato's very favourite, ReiDaRat! Perfect timing. You were like on the edge of your seat for that one. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I had my mouse ready.
Yeah, really. I love that. I love the eagerness, your excitement. It's great. It's definitely spurred me on to keep going, keep
I'm
doing
so
this.
nervous.
Oh, are you really? No, Vito, you're in good company. Safe hands. First of all, how are you, Ray? I hope you're well.
I am very good. I have also just been kind of recovering from also like a little cold a couple weeks ago. I still have like a slight cough and my nose is a little runny because our weather here is a little weird. Right now it's like +3, but 2 days ago it was like -40. So it's, I don't know, it fluctuates so much.
Yeah, that's
so it just messes up with my body.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Hey, look at that midnight there. We're
I'm well.
Yes.
Hi.
And, I have to point out straight away on the 23rd of January that you have a Christmas tree stuff.
Okay, all right. We can move on from the tree.
Is that a little black Christmas tree?
Yes, it is a black Christmas tree.
I got a black Christmas tree as well because when it was just me and my parents, my dad used to always moan and complain about bringing down the massive tree, the big traditional green tree from the loft or attic, and he'd bring it down, he'd moan and complain, and he'd go through all the hassle of putting it up, and then we'd dress the tree. But then when it was just when like the rest of the family moved on and had their own houses and had their own families, I was just like, look, if you want to keep doing the tree, let's just get a small black one. Why does it have to be black? Because I'm edgy. Okay?
Because we're only emo here.
Exactly. Right? I
just feel like they look a lot cleaner, in my opinion.
That's a
lot nicer.
Perfect soul, hello! My reflection of perfection, welcome in. Thank you so much for the cheer. How you doing? Welcome in. Whoa. Thank you so much. Hey, look at that, you raised the level up. Nice one. Charming. Thank you so much. Let me do that. Oh, amazing. Welcome in. Thank you for coming and doing that. Yes. So Ray, you were actually surprisingly you're one of the very first people I have actually met here on the platform.
I remember that. That was a really funny encounter.
I met you through Midnight, who was also one of the first people I met here. And I was pretty much, if not her first stream, in which you popped in as well, if not the second one. So I kind of knew you from the get-go as this as a streamer and a personality, because you caused me a lot of chaos.
Okay, I don't know what I ate that day. I do very much remember what I was doing, and I was aware of the chaos that I was creating, but I just kept going. I don't know why. I was just like, this is I'm having a good time. I'm gonna keep it going.
I have a very sarcastic wit about me when I'm in Midnight's chat, right? It's just the way I am, right? Midnight loves my sense of humour, so I go 100% full on. So the banter when you reciprocated was just perfect, and it just created this chaotic dynamic. And then I also remember the first time you showed up to my stream. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You did?
Is it the I forget what game you were playing, but is it about the sandwich?
It is.
You're talking about the sandwich?
It was Beyond the Steel Sky, which Potato loves because of Joey. Considering actually Joey the robot. But there was this little kid trapped in a little, like, he was too scared to come out because he was afraid he was going to get eaten by a monster. And there was an option to, like, he's hungry because he's been trapped in there for like a day or two. And I said, well, we'll give him the sandwich. It's only a little optional thing. We can at least try. And oh no, Ray was not having that. Let him starve, she said.
I was like,
Eat it yourself.
I was like, even step on it. Step on the sandwich.
Step on, that's right, yeah, step on it in front of him. Evil! I couldn't believe it. I love it though. I love it because when I came to Ray's chat, she had to quickly defend herself, which I love because she was like, she didn't want to get a reputation. She was like, I'm only like that in certain streams. I'm not always like that, I swear.
I have to redeem myself. I gotta make things clear here.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know what came over me that day.
Yeah, well,
it was just causing chaos.
But I love that because that chaos is just an energy, and that energy really does permit your streams. So if anyone is not already, we should say, I'm not following Ray. We've got a little command set up for you. So Harley will hit that for you. And give you the shout out you deserve, and we'll periodically do that throughout the night. Yes, Ray, you are a fantastic streamer. How did you start streaming? Because as far as I know, you've always been a streamer.
I know that's how it feels for me too.
Yes, that's right.
I feel like we all kind of started at the same, like close to the same time, I guess. I decided to stream because I don't know, because my friends were doing it, and it kind of influenced me to be like, hey, this is something that I can definitely do, and like try at least, even try it and see where it'll go. I didn't expect to keep doing it for more than a year, but my friends were definitely a big influence in it. And it was just so much fun because I used to just play games by myself, which is fine. I enjoy video games, but I was discovering games that I think people might like, or I wanted to find people who also liked that game. So I was like, why not start streaming just to find that connection? And with that, I've met so many people who's liked similar games as I am. And that's just kind of what kept me going. And with that, I've also met a lot of really cool people, Soul and Potato, and so that's just another reason to keep it going.
Absolutely,
yeah, that's just kind of how I started.
I have already collected all of these level 1 emotes. So. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I appreciate that very much. No, but that's fantastic. Because did COVID affect your decision to go into streaming at all? Just curious.
Not really.
Can I just say that you may be the first guest we've actually had on here that has not had the origins of streaming not have anything to do with COVID.
Yeah, I don't think it. No. Yeah, I have always wanted to do it even before the pandemic. Or it's just like been a thought in my head, but I've never really executed it because I didn't have the confidence to do it.
Right,
so
okay.
I would always be watching streamers, and then I'm like, I can do this, and then I'm like, no, I can't. I don't think the pandemic had like, I don't think it like it was the main reason why I did it.
No.
I think it was just more so, yeah, my friends' influences and stuff.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Potato, how did you first discover Ray, out of curiosity? Is that through Midnight as well?
I think it was through Midnight. I think maybe Midnight had raided Ray. And I don't remember what game Ray was playing during that raid, but I do remember I came back because you were playing Kingdom Hearts, and I love Kingdom Hearts.
Of course.
Gosh. I have an ongoing thing with Kingdom. I feel so bad because I enjoy the game. I was going to do a marathon, and I've done I want to say at least 5 Kingdom Hearts streams or more. I don't remember, but I have not passed the first game. And I was supposed to play all the games, and I have not passed one. So I dropped it, and I have not come back to it since. And I don't know how long it's been. I should probably get back to it, but I don't know. It's at the end of my list.
The key to Potato's heart is playing Kingdom Hearts. I swear.
Okay, noted. Writing it down.
If Potato goes, hey, Sol, check out this streamer. I think they're really cool. 10 to 1. I'll click on it. They're playing Kingdom Hearts. I swear to you, right?
It's a coincidence.
Okay, all right, fair enough. This is great because I actually quite like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 anyway. So that's pretty good. But why couldn't you get past the first one out of curiosity? Because I've seen you play Kingdom Hearts a few times actually, through multiple raids.
I suck. I just suck at it. I have to. I can't. I'm trying to think of where I am right. I can't even remember where I am. It's just one. I think I'm fighting a boss, but I'm so under-leveled that I have to absolutely bust my butt and just focus on. I can't do it. I'm trying my best, but I have to grind and grind and grind. Which was at the time I was I'm tired of grinding this game. I want to get to the story. I want to get to the next game. I want to know what happens next, kind of thing. But everyone was telling me that I'm under-leveled and that I can't move on until I go and train more. And I'm it's so grindy.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because as streamers, we kind of want to provide a certain measure of entertainment while we stream. So if we are going to have to grind, which is essentially another word for work, let's be honest, we got to work to get the rest of the entertainment. Suddenly, do we do that on stream or off stream? But I don't know if we're going to have time to do that off stream. How much have I got to do? Is this going to be good entertainment? So it's really hard to juggle that kind of thing. I think that grinding is something that should really be a thing of the past. I think skill needs to be a bit more of a factor, I would say. I don't think you should ever hit a wall to the point where you had to grind for 100 hours to, not 100 hours, but for 10 hours, whatever it is to.
I really enjoy the game. I do want to still keep going. I've even played it off stream just so I can see how far I can go. But at the time I was well, I want to share this time with everyone else who's been supporting me playing Kingdom Hearts. I don't want them to miss anything. So then my mind is just oh well, I have to stream this. But then I stream me grinding and I'm well, is this entertaining? Are they having a good time? I'm just battling these people over and over and over for the past 2 hours. Is this something that they want to see? Or should I just do this off stream? And it's always been a mixed choices. They're no, you have to stream it, or no, just do it off stream. We'll move on once you're more leveled up or whatever. But I'm but I don't want you guys to miss anything. And then obviously the best things always happen when you're off stream, and then you're well, that's too bad. I wasn't streaming it. And then when I stream it, it's just boring. It's just me constantly dying and then coming back to life, fighting, and then dying, and then fighting, dying.
This reminds me. The first is Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one. I couldn't beat Night 5 on stream, so I did it off stream, and I had to put a video up into the Discord just to prove that I did it. Which is very annoying because I wanted to do that on stream, right?
Exactly.
The second reminds me of I believe it was, I don't know, is it Amori? With
Amori.
Midnight played Amori, and she got to a fight where she was fighting these sharks or something in suits. Was it sharks?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I
It was something like
I can't remember.
And Midnight just kept throwing herself at the same battle over and over again, losing and losing and losing, and it felt like she probably then need to like level up or do something. Because, yeah, you remember me, and I just remember her getting so beaten down and worn down by this fight, and I was like, it was tough, and I felt like it just all Mid wanted was to win this because she was loving the game so much. She was like, I don't want to grind or do anything else. I want to beat it, right? It was just like, the pain.
We'll say that like some of my favorite streams that I've ever watched have been like people fighting a boss and like each time getting closer and closer to beating it, but like still dying. And I'm just like the whole time I'm like on the edge of my seat. I feel like it's how like people who are into sports, I feel like that's how they feel when watching sports. Because I'm just like rooting for my team and they get so close, and then I like when they finally do beat the boss, it's like so much fun.
A reward. See, that's what I did with when I fought Maleficent in the first Kingdom Hearts. It took me hours upon hours. I almost threw my controller because I was so I don't get very frustrated. It takes a lot to get me frustrated, but I was so frustrated with Maleficent. If I see her again, I swear to God. No, it was so tough. It was a really tough battle. I was like losing hope, but then they're like, just keep going, like just push through. And then I'm like, fine, I'll do it. And then finally, when I did beat her, it was just absolute bliss. It was pure bliss, and I was like, this is why I'm here. This is what I came for. And this is so rewarding.
That's that Dark Souls
I just kept going.
mentality, isn't it? That's the reward from Dark Souls. They put you up against the boss. You are adequately equipped to defeat this boss at all times, pretty much. When you reach it, by reaching it, you have made yourself adequately prepared for it. So you can beat it. It's just about determination and perseverance. Now that's rewarding. I feel like if I got to a boss and it said you could try, but because you haven't just like beat all those enemies for the last 2 hours that you've already beaten once, you're not good enough. That's when it's like, well, no, I reached here. I've earned this. You know what I mean? I'll go through the fight. I'll go through the fight again and again, but don't tell me to go back. You know, that's. I think that's a really outdated concept that I think needs to go away. Which is a shame in a way, because that's how those RPGs used to extend their game length. And we probably have a lot of fond memories, but I doubt people actually have memories of grinding compared to the reward of the story. So, me, I've always said this, I'm not a Dark Souls guy, but my reward is playing puzzle games like Myst and then spending months trying to figure out a puzzle and then finally getting it and going, yes! Yes! I have the brain.
I will not spend that long trying to figure out a puzzle. I will cheat.
That was my youth. Point and click games where you ended up getting to the point where you were literally pixel hunting. Every single bit, clicking on every pixel to see if there was something that wasn't highlighted properly. And believe me, there are games that require it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, jeez.
There's a thing called moon logic in point and click adventure games, which is where there is no way a logical person can make the conclusion to do this set of actions in real life. So there's no reason why anyone would even think to do them in a video game, and yet that is what the game expects you to do. So that's just
it's just mind. It just hurts your brain.
Yeah,
the little brain cells that we have left.
So Ray, we call you ReiDaRat, which I've got to say is an amazing name, right? It's memorable, it's punchy. I love your emotes, by the way. I used them on the promotional thing because they're a little eating the cheese, and I love that. And they're adorable. They're brilliant. You even did Christmas ones. I saw the Christmas. Did you make those? So did you?
The Christmas ones were so cute.
Thanks. I go to Fiverr and look for an artist.
Oh right, okay.
I've stuck to one artist because I want my emotes to be consistent.
Yeah, that's quite
I don't
key,
want them to
it?
look. Yeah, I don't want them to look different every time. So I've always had one artist. I love her. She's super sweet. I just want to keep it consistent.
Yeah, I stuck with Mid and then just took out crops of myself for the rest of them. So me in a wig, me in a hat and sunglasses, me in a plague mask. So yeah,
God damn it.
I felt like, well, I'm not going to a different artist that way, you know. There it is. That's my lurk with the plague mask. Cheers, mate. He loves that one. Yes, the rave, the SolTheSeeker rave. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. So, but wait, how did you come to the name ReiDaRat and sort of this branding of the little rat?
See, this is gonna sound like it's bullying. It's not.
Oh.
It's 100% not. I promise. I would not have named myself this if it was. But back in high school, my friends and I were like eating lunch, whatever. Like we're just hanging out, and I'm just a believer of like, don't ever waste your food. Take it home, or if you can't finish it, take it home, give it to someone else, or whatever. This was before the pandemic, mind you.
Oh, yeah,
and
cool.
so it was like way back when 2016. So it was a long time ago. So we were having lunch, and everyone was kind of like not really eating their food. They were like full, and one was like, "Oh, I have to throw this out. I'm not gonna eat this anymore." And I was like, no, I'll eat it. Like there's still a good chunk left. I'm like, I'm not gonna let your money go to waste. So then I ate their food, and then my other classmate was gonna do the same thing. So then I said, I'll eat it. And then another one did it, and I said, I'll eat it. So I've been just eating scraps upon scraps of food because I love food. I love eating. And my one friend was like, Ray, you're kind of like a rat. You're like Ray the rat. And then I was like, you suck. And then after that, like everyone just like started laughing. I was laughing. We're having a good time, and it just stuck. It just stuck with all of us. So, it's just been like an ongoing thing that my friends and I have. And when I started streaming, I was gonna go originally with Ray Games, but I was like, that sounds so basic. Like it's not very eye-catching. I feel like it's boring. And then my classmates were like, or my friends, they're still my friends. They're still my friends. And they're like, why don't you just be ReiDaRat? Like, that's more like, it'll pique their interest, it'll catch their attention kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, I kind of like ReiDaRat. I think I can do something with that.
Yeah, definitely.
And then ever since then, I've just stuck with ReiDaRat. I have thought about rebranding and doing something else, but I just can't think of anything better than ReiDaRat. I think that's just who I'm known for. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to stick with it, and which is fine. Like I don't mind it, but I'm just like thinking about it some days. But that's how my name came to
Allow
be.
me to propose.
I love that.
I'm gonna propose your new name. Are you ready?
Okay.
ReiDaRat.
No.
Well, that took me a second.
Well, I tried.
I'll think about it. I'll write it down.
Oh dear. Thank you for the ellipsis. Yeah. Or why don't right? I mean, they're not to know, and I'm sure they won't file any kind of injunction thing. But what about Rey Mysterio?
Oh my god, the amount of times my classmate edited my circular head onto Rey Mysterio jumping from the ropes and like going down. I have to find it.
Brilliant.
But I've considered trying to name myself after a wrestler. I could definitely consider. But I'll write it down.
But that's great. No, I know because it's
Writing down all the good ideas.
Yeah.
Feed given to
So
me.
I'm going to say they're bad now. 1 month's time. I'm now Rey Mysterio.
I am Rey Mysterio, everyone.
Yeah.
Rebranding, just everything is just wrestling now.
Waiting for the day he retires to steal the name. But yes, no, but that's great. I really do love the name. It's memorable. It sticks with you. You're actually got one of the you're one of the only people that use that font color in my chat, or that I've seen almost anywhere. I don't know what color it is to you, but for me, it's sort of a kind of teal aqua kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I was looking at everyone's colors, and I was like, I really like this one. Or wait. Yeah, because I, what is it called? I customed this. I
right.
customly Yeah, I customly used the color changer thing, so that I can get that color because I really like the color blue, but blue was just so common that I was like, I need a different shade of blue. So then I did teal because it's a little bit more eye catching. So then people will have to look at the color.
I'm just looking through the chat of the people that have commented, and I've said something in the past which has upset some people. But I have to compliment you, Ray, because your name has capital letters to distinguish each word.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you've got capital R for Ray, capital D, rat.
Oh!
And
Yes.
and I upset many of people when I've mentioned that before, for many who do not have any capital letters in their name, but there are quite a few. Midnight Sun. And so, yeah, it's just one of those bits. It's one big word.
I put the capitals on there so that people know what to call me, I guess, because it's not the. So I change it because I have it as da, like ReiDaRat.
Yeah, ReiDaRat.
So I wanted to kind of like separate them somehow. So that's what I did.
It doesn't very well.
Exposing me like this.
So yeah, you talk about rebranding though, but yeah, no, I really do think it's very cute, and I think it also it gives you a sort of duplicity about you, which I think is very cool. You know, you've got that kind of rats are quite cool, aren't they? They're cool pets as well. But then you've got the kind of cute nature of everything.
Pet rats.
So, yeah, pet rats. Yeah.
Oh.
True.
Was it my third cousin? Just kidding. I'm just joking.
They don't get more edgy than a potato. Have you seen her new boots?
No.
Oh.
Wait, yes, I've seen it.
Seen
She posted it on Instagram.
Oh, they're amazing.
Am I thinking of the right one? Yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty
Yes.
cool. They are pretty cool. I think Midnight even bought a pair, correct?
Did you?
I think Midnight did, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Yes, you did, yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
so
have
cool,
to...
man. Waiting for them, that's right.
I'm gonna...
Yeah. Hopefully they don't get bent in half and shoved in the mailbox or anything like that.
I need... I will probably message you for the link.
Oh,
I know where it is now. I saw the hashtag. I remember. Okay, I remember. Yep. Ordering some right now.
Yes.
Sorry. Continue.
I'm on the waiting list, says Harley. Oh, well, I'm going to have to get a pair at this point. All right, come on in. So it's about as edgy as a Satsuma. Oh, my word. I'm sorry for this. I hit a rat in my car today.
Meatloaf.
It left a road in. Oh, Meatloaf.
Oh no. How dare you?
Meatloaf, were you ever nearly banned from Ray's chat for your puns, just out of curiosity? He's got around and nearly got banned everywhere for him. So... No, just not play no.
Oh,
not
jeez.
Yet. Now, I want, something I've noticed is sometimes I come to your channel and you look a bit different. Sometimes you look a bit like a potato. And sometimes you look like you've just walked out of a Pixar movie. Especially more recently.
Yes. Yes.
Do you love playing with these kind of these things? Does it give you a sense of comfort at all?
Definitely, because some days I always worry about it's just an ongoing thing I have. I always worry about how I look and how I present myself.
Okay.
And some days I'm just tired. I've done both my jobs. I just want to get ready for bed, but I still want to play games, you know? So it brings me comfort to kind of like not hide my face, but like kind of like hide my face in a way, but like entertainingly, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like still be there, but not really there, you know? Like I still want people to see my reactions, see how I'm doing, but at the same time I don't want them to see. I'm not sure how to word it. I
think again, because you've kind of cracked that you've got that middle ground going on, because we have a lot of VTubers in the community. Panda rated earlier, of course. Harley is one herself, and and they clearly have an avatar representation, and what you do is you kind of go in between, because you allow your own facial expressions to kind of dictate the way in which it manoeuvres. So no, I understand that. You kind of make a compromise.
I try to keep it as authentic as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Keep it real without like showing too much, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think that's great,
I
and
like
I think that is a great way to overcome something, especially when you want to do something. Streaming. I don't know about yourself, but I find it very therapeutic to stream. I really was determined to. I've had a few days off. I've missed 2 streams. I was very determined to come back today, not only because we had guests, but because the Sunday streams are very important to me, and I really want to do them. But coming back, I knew it was going to actually help me mentally. I'm on the road to recovery. I think coming back and streaming is great. I get to see all these wonderful people. I get to spend some time with some great quality people, and so I definitely get a therapeutic sense. So the fact that you may still want to get that while still kind of bridging that gap between what you're capable of doing, I think that's really great. And commiserations. Comment. I don't know what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah.
I think ill. Okay. No, it's absolutely fantastic. I think Potato, didn't you contemplate wanting to get a VTube at one point?
Yeah, we kind of have like a similar thing as what Ray was saying. Like sometimes I really want to stream, but I'm like tired and I don't feel like putting on makeup. And it's like I know I don't have to like wear makeup when I stream, but I want to like look presentable or something, not like scare people away.
Yeah, like I want people to stay.
Yeah, but have you ever thought about a potato look, like getting the potato?
I've thought about it. I've seen a couple people do potatoes, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Snap Camera is called. The app is called Snap Camera. You don't need to have like a super fancy computer to get it, which is why it's free. So it's like a really cheap option to do. That's another thing why I did it. I was gonna start doing like VTubing, but I've just been on camera for so long that like I feel like it's not going to be right if I do VTubing. It's just not going to be the same. So I didn't want to fully convert to that. I wanted to just like kind of see where it goes. But yeah, Snap Camera. If you want to be a real potato,
I think that's
Snap Camera is the way to go.
I know Puns has used that sometimes, but I think Meatloaf might use that one as well when they're both prattling about in the Discords. They've said to me, because I do the comedy panel show Twatch, and they're my team captains, and they're like, maybe I could use this on the show, and I'm like, no, you're not going to go on the show, Meatloaf, looking like Cthulhu. Okay, people are expecting Meatloaf. Okay.
We want the meatloaf only.
And we have to also say thank you for taking time out of your day to be here.
Oh my gosh!
No,
of course.
You are you have a full-time job, correct? And you have a part-time job as well. And you are somewhat in between your part-time job right now.
They don't know that. I'm at home. What are you talking about?
Yes, that's right.
Clearly at home.
That's right. And when I say in between, I mean not at all, or somewhat are. I don't know. My information is incorrect. Are you able to talk about what it is you actually do outside of streaming? Because I know you post quite a few Instagram pictures of you in your workplace. What do you do exactly?
So for my full-time job, I do, I work for an online company. And then for my part-time, I work retail. I don't know if you've heard of Spencer's Gift Store. It's kind of like a San Francisco store. Ooh. If that makes sense. Oh, okay. It's basically, it's basically just like a gift shop. Like, so we sell shirts, we sell jewelry, we sell mugs, we sell knickknacks and all whatnot. Just random teenager stuff, I guess, if that makes sense. Right, okay. Anime, we sell a lot of anime stuff.
Good segue. Good segue, actually, because I have no idea about anime. So
Let me take my list out.
I watched the first series of Pokemon when I was like 7 or 8. Okay, and I watched the first 2 series of Castlevania on Netflix a few years ago.
Ooh.
Apart from that, I've never watched any other anime or had much experience with it. But I have to bring up anime because you are such a lover of it. Your community very much loves anime as well. Potato, do you have much of a insight into anime itself?
Not really. I've watched a couple, and I always like watching it, what I do watch, but I don't know. I just like, I don't know, ever know like what to watch or like, I don't know.
That's true. There's quite a there's a big genre, and if you go in blindly, you never know what you're gonna get, kind of thing, because they're very creative with anime. That's another reason why I really like it. I'm sure that there's like other like shows same as that, but anime just hits different, I guess. I've always watched it ever since I was a kid, so it's always been like a big part of me, and it's just normal to me now. But then I have to realize that it's not normal for other people, and they don't see it how I see it. But I really do love anime, and if you guys ever want suggestions, I'm very much here to help, to assist you.
that's one of the things.
Okay, I would like to know what is your favorite anime and what you would recommend to someone who doesn't normally watch anime.
Okay, so one of my favorites actually is I don't know if you guys could tell. One of my favorite animes is this is from Hunter x Hunter. His name is Killua. I'm also wearing a Naruto shirt. Naruto has been a big part of me ever since I was a kid. It's a really old. It's not a super old show.
I know it.
Okay, there you go.
Not old, right? Of
no,
age and mind. So.
Yeah. But I watched it ever since I was a kid. My dad and I would bond over it. And then Hunter x Hunter is a very frequent show, very, what's the word? Recent. It's a very recent show that I just started like not too long ago, and it impacted me a lot. I cried at the very end, and I cried for 3-4 hours straight because it was really, really, really sad. But I haven't seen Chainsaw Man yet. There's been a lot of talk about it, but I haven't started it yet, just because I have so many anime on my list. Another one of my favorites is called Banana Fish. I know it sounds funny, and it sounds silly, but it's a really.
On your stream, was it? Was it not?
It's my wallpaper.
You had wallpaper. That was it. I saw your wallpaper.
Yeah, it was my wallpaper, my desktop wallpaper. It's a really good anime. It's a little heavy. Like I know the title sounds a little silly, but it's a really heavy anime. I am gonna try and like warn you guys to watch it at your own discretion, or just whatever. Just watch it if you
It's hard
are okay
to unset me. To be
it's just a hard to watch, but I think the story was very beautiful and it impacted me quite a bit. So Banana Fish is definitely one of my favorites as well. I'm trying to think if you guys are just starting out. It also just depends on what you guys like. Do you guys like romance,
I've heard
action?
Death Note. Chunky mentions that he likes Death Note. Now, that's the one with like some kind of book or something where you write in it and it's.
Yes, I would say Death Note would be a really good starter. It's not a very long anime, but it's not too short either. So like, it's kind of like in between. And then I'm trying to think of what else would be a good recommendation. If you guys like romance, I've heard that Ouran High School Host Club is a very good starter as well. A lot of my friends started out with that one, which kind of surprised me. But it's like a romance. It's a romance kind of anime.
Romance.
Yeah, I love romance. Come on,
I love romance.
Of course she did.
It's really, really nice. But yeah, Death Note, Ouran High School Host Club, and if you really like the newer ones that's out right now, I think is also very good. Demon Slayer that's out right now, I would say is a really good watch if you like action, and like a little bit of gore, I would say. And then Yeah, I think those would be like a really good. Those would be really good starters.
And
I would say like a little portal.
But what about all the dirty, explicit ones for me?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to think. I feel
there's a load of them,
don't
isn't
think
there? I've heard about some of these. There are a whole subsection of anime which is absolute filth.
Like filth. How? Wait, what do you mean?
Like they have concepts that are pornographic.
I've not seen a lot of those.
Okay. Remember, I haven't seen them. I've only heard that these shows exist. But are you talking about hentai? So, see now, okay. So I thought hentai. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. I'm now getting confused. Now, hentai is porn and anime, but I'm talking about an actual show. What's going on? What's going on there?
Nothing. Just continue with saying it over and over.
It's so wrong with that. I don't know. So yeah. Okay, we'll move on. I just heard that there were shows that are actually made that weren't like classified as like to go on like just porn sites or whatever, but they were actually commissioned shows with very adult themes that borderline pornographic.
Yeah, there are some where they would kind of incorporate that into an anime, but I don't think I have not seen very many. Why are you trying to expose me right now? I understand.
No, I was just curious if you that's genuinely curious. I didn't mean to do that at all. I know.
I haven't seen any. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know that there's probably a lot that exists within manga itself because the medium is open to a lot more, or a lot less restrictions in what it can publish. So I suppose a lot more of those adult themes are probably found in manga than they are on an anime that would be commissioned. So
yeah.
I just know that it's weird. Some of the concepts get weird. Sometimes anime porn is just porn, but there are some animes that have characters shag. Great way of putting it there. Oh, I'm assuming sex exists in a lot of things. I just meant like weird concepts like I'm trying to think of ones I remember. I was going to annoy me now. I won't. I'll look them up. All right.
Okay.
And I'll
DM me.
Yeah, I'll DM you with you. Be like, Ray, what's about this one about the guy and his sister and stuff like that, you know? So, I'm just saying that these exist, I'm sure. The one with the lactating... Right, okay. So, So,
Ray,
right.
what's your favorite game?
Alright, moving on.
That's a very good idea. Well, the games you've been playing on stream recently, you have been very much infatuated with Freddy Fazbear, or Rockstar Freddy, Rockstar Freddy, I should say, as you have with your anime. Do you wanna now come clean about your romance with Freddy?
All right, I thought we were exposing our personal lives here. I thought that was something that we're allowed to keep to ourselves.
Yeah, I may have lied.
You see, it was love at first sight. I saw Freddy. I was in his stomach. We were bonding. We had a very good bonding moment. But sorry, and all jokes aside, Five Nights at Freddy's was really, really fun to play. Freddy, it's like I really like the idea and like the concept that they did with the recent game that they came out with, Security Breach.
Yeah.
It's a really different take compared to like the original Five Nights.
We should say that the Security Breach is not what you think Five Nights at Freddy's is. If you think it's just looking at cameras and clicking buttons, it's not. It's a fully open world experience in which you walk around in the first person. It's pretty amazing, and the scope of the mall they created is absolutely incredible. The size and shape of it is incredible, and you're one of the actually only streamers I've seen that apart from I'm a big into FNAF lore, and I have been for years and years and years. So I have my regulars I go to watch, and they're probably not people that you know, because of course me.
Super horror, bro.
I'm aware of him, but I don't watch him for his FNAF.
Okay.
I actually watch. I tell you who I do watch, who doesn't get enough love or respect. I feel is a guy called DJ Sturf, and who DJ Sturf is. If you, okay, so he's one of the first people to beat 50/20 mode. He has tested a lot of the FNAF games as a QA tester, and he also runs his own channel in which he also tests them in his own spare time. So, and he'll send in full reports, and he'll break the game, and he'll do crazy speed runs. He's also made a name for himself by juggling at the same time as playing DDR. So he's absolutely insane. I love him, and he never gets enough fucking love and respect, I feel like. But I've been watching him play, and other than that, and Dorko is the other guy that I watch quite a bit. Who was also one of the first people to beat 50/20 mode in Ultimate Custom mode. But he's from around England, so I just stuck with him for a long time. And of course, Game Theory. But apart from those guys, you're the only person I've watched play Security Breach. Which has been great to see your playthrough of it, because you are always itching to play it, which I love. I love that excitement you bring to the table. Have you found it at all frustrating at all? Have you found it quite a seamless experience?
Wait, have I found it frustrating?
Yeah, frustrating at all at any point.
There were definitely the game. What?
Sorry about that. Hey, thank you for the resub, mate. Yay, 6 months. That's crazy. Yes, it bloody well is. My word. Thank you so much for a resub there, Maggie. I appreciate that very much. You're joining us on Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast back in 2022 with our first guest of the year, ReiDaRat, ladies and gentlemen. She's telling us about Security Breach. Hey, Maggie.
Yes. I found some parts a little frustrating. I think it's because of I'm not sure if it's the controls or if it's me, but the game is still a little bit finicky. Like, I would be trying to press a button, but then it would press something else. Or I think there was what was it? There was like a little glitch where like I would have to call Freddy, but then I wouldn't see him. Like I'd hear him running, but then I wouldn't see him, and then I'm like, oh, what's happening? And then I would like start walking around, and then all of a sudden he'll just appear out of nowhere, and I would think that he would stop in front of me, but he would just run past me to go to the spot where I originally called him at. So it's like, oh shit, I gotta go chase him. I gotta go, I gotta leave. But other than that, that was like the only thing that I found frustrating. I think it's still, I think it's a really, really good game, a well-made game. It's very, I should say, like very, what is that word? Very, not indulging, but like,
immersive.
Immersive, yes. Yeah. It's very immersive because you're never safe. You're never safe. You have to be aware of where you are. You have to make sure that you look where you're going. It shows you cameras, and like it shows you in advance where you need to go, kind of thing, which I liked very much because I love exploring. But at the same time, even though it's like super immersive, the story and the gameplay doesn't clash. You're not like so focused on the gameplay that you forget about the story, and the story isn't so heavy that like you forget what you're doing, or you're just like not playing at all, kind of thing. It's like a really good balance, I find.
Yeah, I think that's
another frustrating thing was the map. I'm not sure if they're gonna update the map at all, but in the game, I'm not gonna say a lot, but in the map for the game, it doesn't really specifically show you where certain things are. It tells you where the stairs are and where you have to climb, but it doesn't give you like checkpoints, or it doesn't show you where your objective is, kind of thing. which was a little frustrating because when you start, you don't know the place very well. So then you're just kind of like running around trying to figure out.
I think that sums it up. Maggie just said, very glitchy, but it's an awesome game. Remember that guy I mentioned before, DJ Sturf? He sent in a 40-page document to Stillball,
Oh my god!
illustrating with love, because he loves the game and the series, every bug he found, and they're working so hard to get everything fixed up right now and get a patch out, because they had DLC planned as well. So did you finish it last night?
I did. Well, okay, see the thing, there's just so much more to it, which I thought was super exciting. I did kind of finish it last night. I'll try not to spoil it too much, but you have an option to continue the game or stop the game there. I technically did finish it, but there's definitely more.
Did you leave?
No, I did.
You got a one-star.
Listen.
You got a 1-star ending.
Okay, listen. The reason why I did it was because I was playing all night.
Okay.
And if I didn't leave, I would have had to. I was gonna save it for another stream because that would have been a whole other stream.
That's true.
So I was like, I'm gonna save this.
I won't let you know what happens after it then at all. But do you know how many endings there are to the game?
No. How many endings are there?
Do you want to know how many endings there are?
Yes. I just don't tell me how to get them.
Okay.
I would
In
love
that
to
case,
know.
as far as I'm aware, I believe there are 6 endings.
Wow.
There's 6?
I think there are 2 1-star. No. Yeah, I think there's either 2 1-star, 3 2-star, and then 1 3-star ending. Because
I know that I'm not done yet because I haven't done anything. Try not to spoil, but I haven't done anything to Chica. I've kind of encountered every single other ones, but Chica I kind of left alone. But I definitely have to go back still because there's stuff that I have to finish.
By leaving, you did get the very worst ending.
I know. Yeah, I saw the little comic that they did. And I was like, no.
I have to apologise to I have to apologise to you and Midnight, which I know you're going to be okay with. But you both streamed at the same time last night. I was in both streams, and I actually passed out. And I didn't see the end of your stream, and I know you ended up raiding her as well.
Yeah, too.
So when I did come to, completely covered in sweat, I looked over and had double audio of Mid, and I was like, "Oh no, I missed it." I went to see what happened.
did.
I know. I'm sorry, Mid. I missed the end of both streams. I know you ended up at Dapper's as well, but it was way too late, and I was completely out of my mind. But thanks for having me, both of you.
Oh my gosh!
But no, that was great because once I had that that fever break last night at that moment, I've been on like a recovery streak, so it was actually pretty beneficial. I was in bed at the time, I should say. I was laying in bed watching you guys, so I weren't like in a pretentious place. Hey, Celera, how you doing?
Okay, good.
No spoilers here. Just mentioning how many endings there are to the game. Yeah, exactly. I felt quite refreshed. Yeah. So yes, now we mentioned Five Nights at Freddy's there, which is the game you've been very much dedicated to. I'm looking forward to seeing you try to get the other endings.
I need to. I didn't know there's 6. I thought maybe you were gonna say there's 2 or 3 endings.
No,
there's 6. I gotta get off.
I suppose you could say that there are some which are very hidden, and there are some which are a little bit more obvious. But if you're on and I'm on, and you want a bit of a nudge, I'll give you a bit of a clue. But I'm never going to spoil anything.
Okay.
So you are a big Minecraft player as well, I believe, or at least I've seen you play it quite a lot.
To be honest, I wasn't at the way before I started streaming. I've only dabbled into Minecraft very, very little. I didn't really get into Minecraft until I played with my friends when I started streaming because I wanted to play with my friends and I couldn't really think of a game to include everyone, so we did start Minecraft. it's definitely been a lot of fun. There's definitely more to it than I could ever imagine, and I'm a little sad that I didn't like start it when it came out. But I'm kind of glad I started where I started, because there's just so much more to Minecraft now that like it's never boring, and I just get to enjoy it with so many people, and that's like the reason why I was so into it. It's just there's new animals, new packs, new caves, new everything, and it's just so much more fun.
Well,
Lots of stuff to discover.
I have one final question about games, which I'm going to hit you with, and it's going to be quite an aggressive question, I feel.
Oh, okay, hit me.
What the hell is Genshin? Whatever it's called.
Genshin Impact?
Yes. What is this game, and why am I seeing it everywhere?
So basically, Genshin Impact is a free-to-play game, and this is not an ad. And it's a mix. I don't know the best way. Have you played Breath of the Wild?
I have not, but I believe Potato has,
Okay.
correct?
Yeah, I've also played Genshin though.
Oh, have you really?
Okay,
Oh, I didn't
if
know
you're-
that. Oh.
If you're familiar with Breath of the Wild, it's kind of like a mix of anime and Breath of the Wild kind of thing.
Right.
It's a very open world game. You get to unlock characters, and each character will have certain abilities that you can build throughout the game. And by doing that, so you have to do like challenges or dungeons or to get the artifacts to give to those characters to build up like
okay.
their it's a big game.
I
Like
love-
there's definitely more to it.
I love the fact it came from
And-
anime and Zelda. Two things I've had zero damn contact with combined in this thing, and I'm like, what is it? Why are they playing it? Why is it loud and hurts my eyes? Like, that's
Yeah, it is very flashy.
But you do love it. You do love it. You sometimes
I-
collab and you're having a whale of a time, and I love seeing it.
Yeah, I really love it, but right now there's just so many people ahead of me that it kind of discouraged me a little bit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so behind. People are starting new updates, and I'm like 3 updates behind, and that's kind of why I haven't dabbled into it, or I haven't played it in a while. But
Right.
I really do love the game. When I started it, I fell in love with it, and I grinded the heck out of it and just kept going. But I did stop for a little bit because I think I might have burnt myself out. I think I played it too much to the point
I
that I'm
see.
just like, I need a little break.
Okay.
I gotta do other games first. But yeah, Genshin is definitely a lot of fun, especially if you're into that open world kind of thing and just building characters. Seeing daddy characters. Anyways, yeah. So
I'm gonna.
it's good. It's good shit.
Pull back the curtain a little bit. Potato. I was talking to Harley. I think it was just the other day, and she said, "I'm a little scared." And I said, "Why is that, Harley?" Potato is playing Valorant.
Oh yeah, I play it every once in a while. I'm really, really bad at it.
And I was like, I don't know. Maybe she's ill too.
I've watched Ray play that before on stream.
It's fun.
And then the next thing I know, you were playing League of Legends. I was like, what's going on? You were playing Nier Automata recently. You were playing Nancy Drew. Now Valorant, League of Legends. Are you going down a dark path?
Yeah, actually, League of Legends I haven't played in like a couple years, so it's like an old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's
that's
not
where
a
you
new-
got your
it's not
name
a
from,
new-
right? Was it League of Legends
What do
you got
you
your
mean?
name from, Potato? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right, yeah. I wasn't surprised by that, but it was quite funny how these reactions to that. Why is she playing Valorant?
But yeah, I watched Ray play Valorant on stream before.
Oh, really? Have you? Oh, yes! I did review playing Valorant on stream, yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, it's an okay game. It's very popular right now, but it does get frustrating at times. There's a lot of toxicity, I guess, in that community. But it's when you're with like your friends, when you're playing with your friends, it's definitely a fun game.
So, Ray...
Yeah,
Oh, no, please go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, the last time I played, I prefer to play with friends. Like I don't like playing any of those games by myself, but every once in a while I do. And the last time I did, someone got mad at me because like I didn't hear someone sneak up behind me, and they were like making jokes. They were like, "Oh, I guess potatoes don't have ears, do they?" Like I quit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean,
So much better with friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, that's very
At
true.
least.
At least you know if you're being insulted, it's banter. You know,
Yeah.
you can reciprocate without feeling bad.
Oh.
But,
Yeah, it's hard. It's
Ray-
a hard.
Ray, I can see that you have an amazing backdrop.
Thank
I
you.
can't help but my eyes being drawn to the bear and the funky hat. But apart from your wonderful room, do you have anything else you would like to show us and tell us about tonight?
Well, since you've asked me so kindly and politely, I have an object that I have been keeping with me for a very long time. I've had it with me since before I moved to Canada, and I brought it with me for the sole purpose of just, anyways. I don't know where I was going with that. I was like, this sounds great, and then I just completely lost it. But I did bring it with me because it's been, I've been saying this like all night, but it's a big part of my childhood. And you guys haven't seen it. That's right. You guys don't know.
No, we haven't seen it. No.
So the one particular thing that I cherish very much and I do take care of is my PSP.
Oh, a PSP.
Nice.
Yeah. I've had it it's like the limited, like not the limited, I don't know if it's a limited edition one, but it's the one
that's
with
special.
the God of War Kratos.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, it's really cool. I've had it for a long time, ever since I was a kid.
PSP.
Ever since PSP. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty color too.
Yeah, I loved the red. Red was like my absolute favorite color when I was a kid, and seeing this was just absolutely, I was so thrilled. I was like, I want this. But it's a little old. The UMD slot
came
for
with
this
UMDs, didn't
thing.
it? That's right.
Yeah, the UMDs.
It's crazy. Little
they're
discs.
it's a little broken. Sometimes
right.
it doesn't read the game properly, so it doesn't load in, or it kicks me out of the game, or it just completely stops. And but I have God of War. But
There was some
I
two
did buy.
exclusives for God of War on PSP, right? I mean, they did. Thing is, everything that came with the PSP ended up coming with the PS2 anyway, which was rather annoying because unfortunately the PSP did actually fail, unfortunately, and no one really talks about it. That's why I'm really surprised you have fond memories of the PSP, because it's not something that's kind of forgotten in time. And
it was so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I was so upset that it wasn't a big thing when I moved here. I when they came out with the PS Vita, I'm like, they're making that compete with the PSP. That's a little embarrassing.
It's amazing to think.
Sorry.
It's amazing to think that when the PS2 came out, if it came with an adaptable PSP that you could pick up and play PS2 games on remotely, it would have outdone the Switch by about 20 years. That's all it would have taken.
It's such a good portable, like, it's like a Game Boy, I guess. But I have played so many hours. I actually played which one was it? I played one of the Kingdom Hearts game on here. I can't remember which one it was.
Was it Saint Memories? Chain of Memories?
Yes, it had to do something with memories.
Yeah.
It was like you were mainly playing Aqua.
I remember there was a couple of God of War games. There was actually some Grand Theft Auto games. Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories. Silent Hill Origins was originally a PSP game. I don't even know. I think maybe Shattered Memories might have been a PSP game. Oh no, it was a Wii. It was Wii first, wasn't it? Then it came to PS2. Yeah, but yeah, no, there was quite a few. They all ended up kind of PS2, but it was just, at the time, it was great. There's actually something called the Silent Hill Experience that came out at the same time as the film, And the only way you can experience it is through UMD, because it never got transferred anywhere else. So you have the power to play it.
All right, I have the power in my hands.
I think
you
that
all
is
may bow
fantastic.
down to me.
Do you have any other games that you remember playing fondly on the PSP?
There's Kingdom Hearts was a big one because it was my first Kingdom Hearts game, and I've never really heard of Kingdom Hearts. I was like, oh, it's like Final Fantasy,
okay.
and then they're like, no, it's a little different, and I was like, oh, okay. I think it was Chain. I think you're right. I think it was Chain Memories.
Sounds about right, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think it was. Was it? Apparently,
that's one of the early ones. PSP would have been early in the franchise, so I think so. Maybe it wasn't.
I think.
Because I wouldn't know the title of any of the later ones. Yeah, you remember playing it? Yeah, you've all got fun memories of PSP. I'm really surprised by that.
Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep. Oh, I thought it was a Vita one. Oh, there we go.
That one. It was Birth by Sleep that I started on the PSP, and then my other fond one that I really liked. What was it? It's a Final Fantasy game. It's called Crisis Core.
Crisis Core.
You can only play it on the PSP. You can't play it anywhere else. So Crisis Core was a really big. I cried. I played that game over and over. It traumatized me. It traumatized me a little bit, but it was one of the biggest. That's another reason why I kept my PSP, because I wanted to keep playing that game even though I'm here. But I sadly lost the game, so I don't know. I wasn't really sure where else to get it. But I went to British Columbia for a vacation last summer, and we found like this really not old, but like they were selling like old games, old consoles, just everything that you could think of, and I found that game and immediately bought it. I bought it for I think $80. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I bought that, and then I also bought another PSP because this one, like I said, is a little old. The UMD doesn't work, so if I had bought that UMD, I wouldn't even be able to play it on here because because it was so finicky. So I had to go get a new one, and just reliving that experience was so. Like I said, it's just so much ahead of its time, and it was such a good game. But other than that, I can't really think of Tekken. I don't know if you've heard of. It's like a fighting game.
Yeah, Tekken's infamous with
Tekken. Tekken was a really big one that I played on the PSP as well because I could play with friends. Because if you do like the thing, what is it, the WLAN thing?
The
wireless LAN thing. You can like connect with other people who have PSPs and like play games together.
Yeah, that's true. There was Portable Ops was on PSP. Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. Yeah.
I can't remember what other ones there are, but those were like the main things that I did play on PSP.
I saw Potato run off and then run back on. Did you grab Potato?
I let my cat out.
Oh, you let the cat out? I think you grabbed your PSP. I thought she was anticipating me asking her so she could bring up the PSP.
No, I never had a PSP, and it's actually kind of funny looking at it because I remember like when I used to see them like when I was younger, I thought they were so big, and looking at it, it's like so much smaller than I remember.
Did you
tiny.
Get the Vita, the follow-up? Right.
No, I didn't get that either. No, I had my PSP. I was like, I'm not getting that. I'm not letting my hands touch that. I'm just kidding. I'm not just saying this just because my opinion is biased or anything. I did try it. I tried the PS Vita. It just wasn't for me. I didn't really like it. It just wasn't the same, I guess. The same experience that I had with the PSP. So I kind of kept with just the PSP. But I did try it. It just wasn't for me.
So Ray, you were a wonderful streamer. And
Thank you.
where on earth do you go from here? What are your goals and your aspirations as a streamer? And as ReiDaRat?
I definitely, right now, my main goal is to build and connect with the community that I have now. I do get frequent visitors, but I would love to have like some stay a little bit or like be a big part of where I am right now. But that's just my main concern. But in the long term, I definitely would love to be like a full-time like streamer, make content. It's just like explore and share all of the wonderful games that I get to play and share with other people. I feel like video games right now is such a big thing. You learn someone just by what they play, how they play kind of thing, and it just amazes me with like how many people I've met through certain games. Because there are games that I didn't even think people would know or play with, but there was definitely so many. And with that, I was so it brought me joy, because majority of my friends don't play it, don't know it or anything at all. But then when I hear that people know more about it than I do, it just brings me so much joy, because I'm like, there's so much more that I have to learn, and what better way to learn it with like a friend? Because like it's just something that we both like, both something that we've had for a really long time and played for a really long time. So like, yeah, stuff like that. Like that's kind of what I'm focusing on now. But I'd definitely love to be like a full-time fledged streamer, I guess.
I think you can very much do it. I think you're definitely on the path to doing that. I love coming to your streams. They're all very welcoming,
Thanks.
very comfy. You all aim to have a very loving community. I'm regular on Discord. I see it all there, and I see it in your streams. You've definitely got that in spades, and if you want to expand that, I have no doubt that you can and will. And I'm sure Potatoes seconds that, absolutely. As a very active member herself. Obviously, there was a big period of time in the last year in which I was just not able to see a Ray stream. Big chunk where I just could not get there due to health issues and time issues. But now I'm back.
Time differences.
It was. Time difference was a big thing. Now I am able to come in, even if it's briefly if you're on a late one. But if you're on at the perfect time, I can be there and I can do what I do. And you know, you're always a raid target for us because we love you so much. Potato was so pleased that you were coming into this podcast.
Thank you. I was so nervous. I was like, all right, have to live to my expectations, to their expectations. I must write down notes and lines that I have to say will be funny.
That's brilliant. But no, you're absolutely welcome here all the time, and we want to thank you. But before we wrap things up here on the podcast, I of course have a segment here on the show in which I bring in my British sayings and try to get you to interpret them and tell me what you think they mean. And while we have sort of run the course with a lot of these sayings to the point where they're becoming either too obvious or you're aware of them, we're now going to move into Cockney rhyming slang. Now, Cockney rhyming slang means that we say something and something, and the last word will rhyme with the thing we actually mean. Okay? So we will say the blank, and that will mean blank. That didn't help.
And everything rhymes?
No, I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I would say the unknown and the blank, and that would mean wank. So the thing is that the last word of the rhyme would also mean, okay? So these are genuine Cockney rhyming slang. Alright? I'm an North Londoner. Right? I've been around these things. Okay, I'll do some things here. I've got two.
So it's Ray and I's job to guess. So you'll say something and something, and we'll have to guess what that means, which will rhyme with the last something.
Yeah, and then I'll use it in a sentence. Alright. Okay, so the first one is, and the chat might know because we've got a lot of British folk in there. So I ask you not to look at the chat if you can. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'll minimize it. Okay, I'm not looking.
Frog and toad.
Okay, so it rhymes with toad.
Frog and toad.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of anything that rhymes with toad.
Road. Oh, I
Oh.
don't know.
Load.
Load.
Frog and
Code?
toad.
Code. Okay. I'm only going to accept one answer from you both. So you go
Okay, Frog and Toad were friends.
I love the logic now.
That helps, right?
We're friends.
Or is it like, right? Wasn't there like a book like Frog and Toad
You
go to
talk
the
about like
pond? Really?
I feel like
I don't
that's the
know.
Wind in the Willows, is it?
It could be. I don't know.
Frog and toad.
Oh my god! I can't believe you're so stamped.
I don't know.
If I use it in a sentence,
Toad.
you'll get it straight away. So
Toad. Crowd. Bold. It's just complete silence. Okay, wait. What other words have we said? Load.
man, you might have said it. You might have said it.
Toad, load, road. Soul did have a reaction to load.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, if I'm a smutty git, and
What about
What?
should
I'm
we
a smutty git.
should we stick with load?
Load.
Frog and toad.
Why would Frog and Toad mean a load though? Like I don't know if I still
know,
like,
that's-
understand that.
I have to rush you now. What are you gonna go for?
I don't think it would be a road. We could go with load.
They're going
Yeah.
with load. They're going with load. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I have frog and toads of money. Like would mean I have loads of money. I don't know.
I am gonna head down the Frog and Toad to the corner shop. I'm gonna head down the
How is
road.
it a road?
I'm gonna head down the road to the corner shop. It's road.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, Frog and
Frog and
Toad
Toad.
Road. Yeah, Frog and Toad Road.
Is that like like
Why
what?
does it have to be
Ow.
load? You said
Explain
that.
yourself.
Well, Toad rhymes with road. So you would say
But why
I'm headed
frog?
down the Frog and Toad because a toad rhymes with. Okay, so toad rhymes with road, and a toad and a frog
Oh.
are of similar species. So frog and toad are not
Oh.
dissimilar enough. And I think
Okay,
I
but
think
like-
you're right. I think frog and toad have a connection in some kind of connect.
She lives down the frog and toad.
Yeah.
But like how did
Interesting.
it like like why didn't they pick like something else that rhymed with road? Like how did they pick toad? Like where did that come from?
Why
You can look up the. You can
They don't
look
even
up-
walk, they hop.
Exactly.
I'm going to give you one more. This one's another easy one.
Okay.
I'm saying these are easy because these are really common. These ones. Okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ready for this one? You ready
Yeah.
for this one?
Okay.
Dog and bone.
Dog
Dog
and bone?
and bone.
Okay. Cone.
I can't think of anything that would rhyme with bone. Dog and bone.
Phone? The dog and
Phone,
bone
yeah.
phone?
Phone.
Like you
Phone?
pick up the bone?
Get the dog and phone. Phone.
Hey, Gaxi.
Phone.
So, hey, you going phone?
Phone.
You going phone? You seem to be quite happy about phone.
Mm,
Or do you want to
I
go
don't
back
know if there are
cone?
other. There's cone. Cone. Phone.
Loan.
Loan. There's not a lot of words that rhyme with bone. Maybe.
I can't wait till I
Zone.
reveal this one because
Oh.
I'm going to frame it in a very good way. Groan. I don't know. I think that's him either groaning or pretending to give an answer.
Grown.
Throne.
Hey, we're all good there,
Oh.
Alexei. It's throne, did you say?
Yeah, throne.
It's interesting.
My brain is like.
Okay, that's obviously not it.
No.
It's lovely. I don't want to give anything away. But these are the easiest ones.
I'm trying to think of like what the sentence would be.
So
Like
that
I don't know
thing-
if phone works because
So
like
it's a common. It's
like-
going to be a common thing because these are used often. That's a good clue. Road.
Okay,
Be used
would
quite
it-
often.
It would be phone then, because phone is a fairly common thing that people say nowadays, all right? Right?
Yeah.
Sounds-
It's so hard to picture someone saying like, oh, I'll like
I should say,
answer my dog and bone.
I should say, right.
Or like, my dog and bone is ringing.
Phone
Yeah.
might be quite common now, but these sayings were made a long time before mobiles were around.
Oh, okay. So then.
But phones still were around.
The phones weren't a thing.
Landlines are a thing. I still use one.
If it was cone, then you'd have to be like, my ice cream dog and bone, which like seems weird. So I don't think it's cone.
My ice cream dog and bone.
You're gonna have to come up with that ice cream dog and phone. You don't have to use it like that. Oh my word. Oh.
Or a traffic dog and bone. Like, I don't know.
So what are we going for? You going for? Go on. If you settle on one. There's nothing on the line here. It's okay.
I'll go.
Yeah.
What about loan? We'll go loan.
Going
We're
loan.
Thinking about loan.
Okay.
Dog
Here's
Think
the
about a
answer.
dog and bone.
I'm gonna reveal it
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
E.T. Dog and Bone Home.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You-
Someone get the dog and bone.
You were correct. You were correct this whole time.
This whole time, yeah.
It was a phone. It was a phone. I reacted to phone.
I think
even tried to
we
encourage you
got
to go
that
with it.
because like we said phone originally, and then you were like, they didn't have phones back then when
Well,
this was created.
it was just a comment. You said what?
You can't just throw us off like that. That's not fair.
Ultimate deceiver. And we will have more of those next time.
Oh, that was a good one.
But right now, I want to say thank you very much to our very special guest, ReiDaRat, for joining us here on the
thank you,
Sun-Dried Bunnies
Ray.
Podcast. It has been a long time coming. And it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. We hope that maybe down the line we can have you back on.
Of course.
I don't know if you're aware, but I
yes.
have a variety of other shows as well, so I may be in contact in the future. Maybe you can get involved in one of those as well, which would be pretty awesome. And I want to thank you, Potato, as well, for filling in as the co-host here. Death Violets, we hope to be back soon. The next time we are back on the Sun-Dried Bunnies podcast will be in 2 weeks' time, where we will be joined by the very first person I ever met on Twitch. Which
Ooh.
is Up Alone. Many people know Up Alone.
Oh.
Yes, that's right. And because it's my anniversary week of the first time I started streaming, I thought it was quite apt that she would be joining me there. So that's going to be amazing. Mango! Hello, Mango! Welcome in, Mango. We've always got to get excited for Mango, because the hype is real for Mango. But yes, Ray, thank you so much. We really are a pleasure to have you here. And we're so glad. From the moment I asked you, you were so excited to be on the show. That hasn't
I was
stopped
very
the way that-
excited.
that's
I
awesome.
love because these are like very. I love these because you just are. I don't know. I it just feels very welcoming, and I feel like I'm a part of something. So I thank you guys for reaching out and inviting me.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. You've been one of the first people we listed when we started this back in the summer. As everyone has, but we do it bi-weekly, so it's been a while to get through everyone and get booking dates now. When I knew Potato was going to be spilling in, and I know how much of a fan she was, I immediately said, I'm reaching out to Ray to try and get her for January. Instant yes.
Aw.
No, it's been
I am a
absolutely
ReiDaRat
fantastic.
fan.
Yeah, absolutely. We all are.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
if you're not following ReiDaRat already,
Yes.
go follow it. Also,
Please do.
if you this is a little tip. If you stick around long enough, you might get to see one of these fun like rhythm games that she plays, which are really cool.
I love that you like that. Not a lot of people kind of stick around for that because I don't talk very often. I just because I have to focus on the game and I can't really look at chat. But I'm really
Right.
happy that you stick around. Oh, thank you.
You never fail to disappoint. No, wait, did I just say that right? You never fail to disappoint? No, you never fail. You don't. Wait, what is the word?
No, wait, yeah, you definitely said
I
that wrong.
definitely messed that up, didn't I? Oh, bugger. You never fail to disappoint. You never fail to succeed in not disappointing. Yes. No. Yeah, that weren't a double negative, was it? No, I said never. No. Bugger. Oh well, that's going to be in the podcast when this gets cropped. But yes,
leave that in.
I will get this. I will get this cut up, and this will be uploaded to YouTube, and I will send it your way, Ray, as well. For all time to commiserate you. Commiserate? Why is it always commiserate? Why does it keep saying commiserate? I don't know what that means anymore. But no, thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ray. Once again, let's all give Ray a big round of applause in whichever way you can in chat. My wrists.
With your feet. I dare you to do it with your feet. Just kidding.
Death Violence has got monkey feet. She could have done it, I swear. Anyway. Probably not. She probably would refuse because I know what she's like. She's an antithesis of me. She's always in conflict. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly with the Potato Sack. Me and Potato will be delving into Steam's bargain section as Potato, with her big sack, brings me 5 games, and I will either be appeased or I will be very disappointed. She must appease me. I hope she's got some great selections. That'll be coming up very shortly. So we're going to hit a be right back, and then we shall be back with the Potato Sack. So thank you very much, Ray. Thank you, Potato. Thank you, everyone, for joining the Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Farewell.